Hey guys, it's Juanita Coley, the contact center whisperer, the CEO and founder of Solid Rock Consulting, and I am here with the Chau over at Zoomtopia. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me.
Yeah.
Tell the people who do not know you what your role is. How long have you been at Zoom too?
So, Chau, as Juanita said, been at Zoom yesterday was 5 years.
Okay, whoop.
It's been an amazing journey. So I lead our phone and contact center products at Zoom, um, and I do a bit of everything.
Okay. So we're going to talk about that a little bit of everything. Tell me, why are you most excited about, contact center, CCAS, Zoom is entering the space of CCAS. Why? And they're really putting a super strong focus on CX, EX. Why are you most excited about that right now?
For me, it's a bit of a personal journey. So I've been working in UCAS, phone, chat for quite a while, but I've always had this affinity for customer service. Growing up, my dad was a mechanic, and so we
Mm.
had a car shop. I was the kid that after school would walk to his shop, sit there, help answer the phone every once in a while, take money out of his change box, and go buy candy in the
Oh, so you
corner.
did do some work while you was there.
Yeah,
Okay,
a little
okay.
bit, but it was like oftentimes I don't know if it was work because people are like, "Why is this kid answering the call? I wanted to speak to the business owner, right?" Kind of thing. But it was an amazing experience for me just to see dad interact with customers.
Yeah.
Like he had a loyal following because he
Mm,
always had a certain viewpoint of how to deliver service, quality, and for him, shaking a hand was that's it.
I love that.
Sometimes when he had something where it was the customer's parts, he would pay for it out of pocket
Mm.
just to like, I gave you a quote and that was it. And I think about it as like, I've always had this affinity to get back to the industry and say, most of the time, you really are doing things to help deliver for your
Yeah,
customers.
yeah.
And so that's why like it's a personal journey for me. We're building all these things: ability for you to make calls, ability for you to be on screen with each other, ability to share all this stuff. But why? It's to
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah, absolutely love that because it's usually when people are most passionate about things that you see that poured into the product. You see it poured into the service. It's like how we feel about workforce management, while we're known as the WFM
Yeah.
people, is because of my personal journey within the contact center
Yeah.
and workforce management. So to hear your personal journey around customer service and helping your dad, how are you taking those stories and the things that you've long learned along the way and pouring that into the platform to deliver great CX and
Yeah.
EX?
I think for me, it's like it's that lesson I learned from him is really go figure out what are people needing,
Mm,
because oftentimes customers come in and say, "I think I need to change my brakes. It's squeaking," and Dad will check and it's like, "No, it's just dust,
mm.
spray." But actually, I did check your other thing. You don't have to pay for it, but I'm telling you, in 3 months, you're gonna need to change your water pump. So being able to kind of diagnose based on symptoms people have shared, but they may not know. And so, how do we help make those things possible? Like, I feel fortunate we live in a world where technology just enables so many more things. And even when I think about my own personal experience starting in tech, I would try to draw things and get people to see, and then I learned Photoshop. But it would take like entire day to like actually make that image so everybody understands what I'm trying to say. Nowadays with technology, you can just prompt in and say remove this, add this, and it enables you to have a better experience. And I think we're at this culmination of we're going to see everybody evolve. It's like the next disruption, but then it becomes a question of where do you disrupt? You don't disrupt just to disrupt. You got to disrupt for a value.
Listen, why I got to be sitting right here? Why can't you? I be wanting to run when you say real good stuff. You're not disrupting just to disrupt. You're disrupting for value. Listen, I'm gonna quote that 2 times. I said that, okay? And after the second time, it's mine.
All
Okay,
right,
deal?
you do.
Okay,
Yeah.
deal? Okay.
So,
We're not disrupting just to disrupt. We're disrupting to add value. And so that goes back to the principle that you mentioned about growing up and seeing your dad. People come in and say, "Hey, I think it's my brakes. My brakes are, making this embarrassing sound. I'm pulling up to the light and everybody can hear." And
yeah.
he's like, "Well, it's actually not. It's actually dust." So being able to diagnose, and that's how you are pouring
Yeah.
into developing products and team. I saw on your LinkedIn profile you have the tag amazing, building amazing products and team. Tell me more about that. How did you come up with that?
Uh, I thought about it for a while. You know, all these people have these lofty things. I was like, what do I care about?
Hmm.
I care about delivering a good experience for people, doing something that's meaningful, and then having a team around me that's able to see the vision, deliver similar things, whether they're guiding me, my manager, my boss, but also people that I work with every day, cross-functional teams, other leaders. But we've got to be able to like get to that next orbit of like improving ourselves. Like I tell people, like when I die, I just want to fade into ether. But selfishly, I want people to go like, that guy actually did
He
something.
made an
Yeah,
impact. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. I don't think that's selfish. Like if you see probably like 80% of my posts and many of the things that I talk about, I'm always talking about leading to make impact. All the things that we're doing is to make purposeful impact. And that's actually not selfish. That is giving. That's selflessness, you know, and I think that that's so important that we be more intentional about our products, we be more intentional about how we live our lives, we be more intentional about how we make connections and the people that we connect with
yeah.
and how we impact and pour into others. So I don't think that that's selfish at all. Last question, I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
Okay, last question, I'm gonna let you go. Why should people care about Zoom for CCAS?
I think it goes back to how we build things. We really want to try to understand what are the problem sets. Were they something you couldn't solve because there were limitations in technology, there are limitations in your environment, limitations in skills? How do we say, hey, what's changed today, but also look to the future? And how do you improve upon those things? I think of it as like Zoom has this unique ability to try to find the right problem that we can solve. We don't want to solve world hunger.
Mm.
We just want to solve the things we can solve so other people can solve world hunger.
Another nugget. Another nugget. All right, Eric. I mean, Eric. Bye. I gotta let you go. I was thinking about something Eric said. He said, "Listen, we are not trying to." He said, "Stop trying." He said this in the keynote, and then you just came back and reset this again. He said in the keynote, "Stop trying to solve and predict for challenges that are not even there yet.
Yeah.
When you have problems, and I'm paraphrasing, when you have problems that you haven't even solved for currently." My dad used to say it like this: "Stop the bleeding." Right. So
Absolutely.
stop your current bleeding before you start try and lose 50 pounds. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
you're just bleeding out right now.
Yep.
So you just said the same thing. We have a very unique way of solving problems that are exist that are actual real problems, but also having the foresight to look into the future and say, okay, this is on the roadmap. This is coming. And I absolutely love that for y'all.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sitting down with me, Vi. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me.
All right, guys. See y'all later. Bye.